Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Talos Principle 2. We have activated all three towers. Let's go see what's inside the giant pyramid.
Get on board. We haven't got all day. Yakut, take us in.
I full-on walk
Aye,
through
sir.
Byron. But that's fine. Byron doesn't seem to
Have any
mind
of
too
you ever
much.
read an ancient writer called Ian Banks? I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when a society encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it. That's what this is. This whole place is one giant outside context problem. And we're headed right into it.
I'm excited. I got an achievement just for entering the mega
I
structure.
think I can set down over there. Should I?
Please do. I can't wait to get a closer look.
I mean, this is about as close as we're gonna get. But I am still curious about that big snowy
Setting
castle
down.
that we saw.
Okay, everyone. We need to explore as much as we can, separately if need be, but stay in touch.
I will explore.
Record anything interesting you find, and pay special attention to any clues as to who built this place and why.
The schematics we found in that lab were extremely incomplete. So if you can find any more of those, that would be great.
I think someone should stay at the VTOL just in case.
I volunteer you. See you later, Al.
I will stay at the VTOL and wait for everyone else. As I see if there's anything exciting slightly over the edge. Does Alcatraz... Did he stay? No one stayed here. I guess I really am the person staying here. Well, I look forward to sitting around for the next 3 hours. But, just for fun, let's go through this hallway. There's already plenty of slopes, green lights and things. Plenty of things that could be reasonably conceived as somewhere where I need to stand. And thus, it shall be so. There is obviously a secret area right here. Inside the walls. Music's pretty good. It is a nice looking place for sure. Plenty of robot statues. Regular robot rocks. This might be where the robots come from, I suppose. Cool looking doors. You can make a thumbnail out of this. And nature. I've yet to find a box. But we'll find one. He's already scanning the place. He's looking at the thing. We'll just go find our own place, because we're supposed to be looking separately. So obviously we should avoid any place with any other person in it. And so far, this is looking good. I'm feeling good about that text. It seems very relevant to what we are doing, and I'll definitely read it. I mean, I definitely read it, and I will definitely remember it as we progress. And reference it frequently for the rest of this playthrough. I know that the person's name started with a C, and I think that's... I mean, it's likely more than I've read of the text so far, so quite frankly, I'm feeling good about this one. Anyway, I do feel like we can stand on this. It seems likely enough. It seems low enough for sure. But something's blocking me. I don't know if it's invisible walls or just slightly not high enough jumps. Something's making sure that I'm not doing what I desire to be doing at this stage. But that's okay. Things can't always be easy. We'll find our own little path through this strange little jumping maze. Whether there actually is something up here, who knows? I'm gonna say with almost certainly not with how fiddly it is to get on top of this. But if one doesn't try, then how will one not know, you know? So I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling like there's a chance at least. Like it's fiddly but not like impossible, so that's already better than average. for me. Usually I just try to do impossible jumps and wonder why it just keeps failing instead. Oh, you can actually stand on this. Fair enough. That makes life a lot easier, actually. Before you know it, we're actually going to be on top of this strange little structure. Oh. As you can see, flawless. We can definitely make it to that now. And from here, we can see that there is indeed, seemingly, nothing on top of this structure, but it's nice that you can. Again, you could just enter photo mode and just quickly fly up and see if there's anything up there, I suppose, but I had to try. Surely there's more to this. Well, there doesn't have to be, I suppose. This is a big area. Seems very story-rich and such, and not so much something you need to solve necessarily. So I suppose they can just have areas that just kind of look nice. That's fair enough. There's another big door. I don't think that's where we came from, but I'm honestly... No, it's definitely not where we came from, so that's good. Let's go see what this person's doing next to this tablet. Alright. Maybe one day we'll be able to read that as well, but for now, I think we have thoroughly investigated the situation. This person might actually be reading the text. Maybe that's why they're spending so much time at this particular panel. And why usually there is quite a discrepancy between me reading something and the AI reading something. Because obviously I'm a massive speed reader, as we all know. And I read very silently, but I'm taking in all the information that I need to fully grasp every intricate detail of this story. Yeah, let's call it that, because if we'd call it anything else, it would just be me jumping sillily. I got up here earlier. Well, I'll be honest, I didn't think this would happen. What I will just quickly do, right, for the sake of everyone's time for today, because I'll be honest, I don't have that much time this week, so let's see if we can speed this up a little bit at least. There's a big cool white void over here, but seemingly nothing that we can realistically reach in a purposeful manner by doing a long, and I do mean quite long, jumping puzzle, because it just keeps going the amount you could reasonably go up. But there is this area, and that kind of excites me. Whether or not this is reachable by just jumping normally, who's to say? I think this place holds many a secret, but also it hopefully holds a checkpoint before I entered there through the VTOL thing. This is where we did the reading of the tablet. That's actually not too terrible. I'm guessing this doesn't open because Alcatraz has been scanning it for the last...
This thing seems to be broken.
It's not Alcatraz. Yeah, so that doesn't work. I think we're just basically bound to go through the big door that we saw 15 minutes ago, but they do have a cube hovering slightly above their hands. And if I could reach that, I think it would just make my life a lot easier. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to be spending the next 24 hours, days, weeks, months, trying to acquire this cube. Unless this route doesn't work, upon which I'm going to just go through the door instead. Well, unfortunately it is impossible. So, instead, let us go through the door and see what else this mega structure holds. I'm still hoping we get to read the text that Melville was blocking. Because I'm excited. What's over here?
Hold on a second, 1K.
Oh.
I think I can find an override for that door.
Maybe after that, you can help me with this elevator?
One problem at a time. What's going on with these fast structures? Okay, door should be opening. Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No idea where I am, but it's working.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
And we never saw him again. But you know, it was good while it lasted. I don't... I was gonna say I don't fully understand how that platform over there works, but I think it's just weird perspective stuff going on. Not to worry. We'll find our green friend in a minute. Because I found my secrets, obviously, that require my expertise. I'm surprised I can't actually get on top of this. Huh. Is the tree solid this day? It is! Wow. That's a rare sight as well. At least at like that height of the tree. Usually when you reach the branches of a tree, they just kind of give up. It is certainly a possible jump to do as well, yeah. It's just that I'm sort of struggling with the angles here because there's a bunch of stuff above me and it's messing me up. It's no good. It's no good. No good at all. Because every time I just, like, that was just a jump, not even really pressing forward. It was mostly just, yeah, it was what it was, wasn't it? There we go. That's certainly possible. Quiet, door. I have things to try. Please do not distract me with your dory presence. It's just that it turns out a tree branch is quite thin. This is a problem that I've had multiple times in life, I would say, where you're just standing on a small tree branch and you're trying to make a small jump, and it ends up being kind of difficult. Yeah, that's it's a common occurrence in life, I would say. Ooh, the bugs are loud in this place, though. As you can see, all shall be revealed. I don't think there's really any purpose for me being up here, though. Provided I can't jump on that tree branch now and then make my way to that big statue. Who's to say? Let's go walk through this path just in case there's a trigger here, because there's a likelihood, you know? There's a likelihood that if you don't just walk through the corridors in this place, that you're just gonna end up missing out all sorts of content instead. And we wouldn't want to be missing content. This looks precarious. But there's a small bridge down there, which could be useful. There's also green, so there's a chance Yakut is over there. Very good, very good. I believe that's where we have to go, but there's Melville, I think. I want to just mess around so much. I just worry that trying to jump down there is just going to be instant death, and it just sort of prevents me from even trying, but at the same time. Ah? It's not. Not yet, at least, and I'll take that. That's pretty good. Good odds for. See, now I'm surprised I could make that first jump, but not the second one. Well, we could argue that the second one was a little bit less of a jump, but such is the case with falling damage, unfortunately. Ah, well, what are you gonna do about it? What we're gonna. Oh god, that looks so interesting, though. There's a bunch of pluses. I have to try. Yeah, that's all. All of that is just non-solid stuff. We are going to continue on. Clearly, this place is not for my shenaniganry. This place is purely for the purposes of discovery and whatnot, whatnot. But I'll tell you what, I'm exploring every single inch of this place that I can feasibly touch. Up until the point where I get bored. But until that point, there's gonna be some proper exploration here. Because look at this place. Look at the marvel. You can stand on this, some sort of. And I think if you stand on both statues, you become one of them, and then you can stand here forever. You could also just stand here forever without being a statue. But there's something good about being a statue in a place like this, I feel. I only get to experience the timelessness of a place like this. Hey, there he is. I'm worried.
Hey, 1K, can we talk for a second? That whole thing with the elevator just gave me the creeps.
Yes.
When we first arrived here, I was really excited. It's such a huge place. The technology is so advanced. if we figure out what it all means, we could really change the future of New Jerusalem. The mayor says we have to avoid repeating the mistakes our ancestors made, to stay humble, to not reach too far. And that sounds very abstract, but I've seen the ancient cities. I've seen how much they built, how much they grew, how far they fell. So I've been thinking, what if all this sets us on the same path? What if this is too much power for anyone to control?
I think I'd be good as like the responsible figure on it. So obviously, we gotta blame the mayor.
So you mean we can do what our ancestors did, but it'll turn out differently this time?
Yes, feeling good about it. History is pretty random.
That's not a terribly comforting thought.
Correct.
But I guess we shouldn't rush to judgment before we know what's actually going on here. Thanks for talking to me, 1K. I know we're in the middle of something, but I kind of needed that.
I'm here to help inspire people by giving them information that does not inspire confidence. But hey, I'm sure that was a checkpoint. We get to check this place out now. There's a little lamp down there. There's some cool lights. That's definitely the void. But I want to see those cool lights in particular. I feel like if this is solid, I will eat my hat. That's incredible. I guess my dinner has been decided through my actions. But it is surprising to me. I was very ready for that to just be nothing really. Oh. Ah, I wanted to go to the yellow place, and instead it was just yellow death. Alright, fine. Want to talk again? Oh, really? Do you really want to talk again?
Hey, 1K, can we talk for a
We've
second?
done this. Alright, so we skipped a lot of dialogue there, but we said the same thing, so that probably leads to the same consequences, surely. Assuming there are consequences. If not, then, well, I guess it will still lead to the same consequences, so, you know. Either way, we've done the right thing, I feel. You must have walked past this, right? To see this, and you were just like, just gonna ignore the big floating water drop upside down. Doesn't even mention it. Mentions the mayor's plans, but not whatever this is. And I would argue out of the two, my interest lays more with this. It's an interesting structure. I like it. More of this, please. Wheels. He is running as well. I guess we'll just chase him for a bit. Maybe Yakut has forbidden knowledge.
Looks like another set of puzzles.
Ooh.
Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like some sort of fractal symmetry.
Oh, you could have just stopped talking at puzzles. I was in already. Even though we might not be in a snow area, but instead we're in some sort of weird ancient cave. I'll still take that. Do we have puzzle? Oh, we have puzzle pieces from somewhere. Do we need them though? Because there is also just ground down there which we could easily reach. But just falling down. But judging from Yakut and his binoculars, which... hang on, stand still for a second. It kind of looked like you could see his eyes point through it, and I genuinely can't tell if that's the case or not, or if that's just some weird reflection thing. But it does kind of look like you can specifically see his eyes. What are you... This is how I want to look in people's eyes. I want them to be looking through binoculars, and I want my face to just be there. Really zoomed in. I think that's a certain kind of romance for sure. Let's do that one, yeah? I don't really see this one working. How do you get that piece to even fit anywhere? Ah, like that. That's called solving puzzles. Activate the 3 beams. It's just gonna be a lot of this. And I will be perfectly honest with you, I do not fully understand these puzzles, but it's been working out reasonably fast so far. I think the lack of options is what's making these puzzles doable for me, and I just sort of accidentally guess correct on many of the first-ish tries, so at least that helps out. But it doesn't feel like a strong if there was a puzzle with like 5 pieces, I think I'm gonna be stuck there for days. That's my main concern for sure. I'll jump down there in a second. I just want to see what's all the way up here. Because obviously, there's secrets waiting for us down there. And we need to find those secrets. How high does this go? Oh, there's actual puzzles here. Oh, doesn't even have a name. It's just a puzzle. Give me that. Boop, boop, boop. Well, I mean, it's not the most exciting puzzle, I suppose, but it's still... There's hints of a puzzle being placed in this location. And we get to see another green beam shoot from a large cannon, I suppose. I want to touch it from the cannon, because there's like a light here. I think that's just a lamp. But imagine the secrets are waiting for us inside the lamp, inside of a big laser cannon. I cannot pull the lever from that direction.
Good job, 1K.
Thanks, Byron. Now please praise me as well while I precariously explore the edge of this place and most likely fall to my death again. Because I'm hoping that activating the beam was, well, I think this is not what they want me to explore, given how that rock was not as solid as I was perhaps anticipating. Ah, we're all the way back here. Is the green beam active at least? It doesn't seem like it. I'll see you in a second. Oh, the green beam is active. So, it's actually a speedrun strat, because you're back a little bit quicker if you just accidentally drop off a cliff. Because it just sort of sees as, yeah, it's done. It's all over with. This place is very loosey-goosey with the solidity of everything. So I think I'm just gonna leave instead. I really feel like this place is not meant to really be explored, even though they were quite heavy-handed on the whole let's split up and search for clues thing. But that's fair enough. Now, what do you think the odds are that I can steal a puzzle piece? Because I'm estimating them to be pretty okay odds. But it sort of depends on what I can do here. I mean, we might as well just let this be in the video. Let's just enjoy this loading screen, because it's just gonna put us back in the puzzle again. And that's more or less where I want to be anyway. Because over here, we can activate this, have all the doors be open. There's not like a purple beam here stopping me from doing anything silly. So provided I can do something around this corner, I just need to get back to the stairs. Like, it seems like it's pretty doable. Because the stairs are like right down there, you know? So provided I could do like this. That's the real speedrun strat right there. Provided that works and I can be holding an item while doing that, and I think that second part of that statement is a bit easier said than done, I suppose. Yeah, we're all good. That's nothing. I was looking at that little pedestal for a minute there, because it felt like it might have been something, but it doesn't look like it's actually something. I went there. I didn't really go up here yet, though. I don't know if that was a plant or a creature. Either way, I'm terrified. We have gotten ourselves a person. The green beam shooting from over there. We could probably reach that green beam by just jumping over. We didn't need to do that complicated puzzle to get all the way over there. Now, what is this? This is called... I don't have enough puzzle pieces, I think. But who knows? I might be wrong. I do feel like I did that first... Nope, didn't do the first part wrong.
Down this goes.
But it sure felt like I did the first part wrong of that puzzle, and that's fair enough, I suppose. He's wondering how far down this goes. I'm wondering how this part sort of navigates into itself, because this... Obviously there was the puzzle there. But I kind of figured we'd just be... Oh, that is just the door. So it really is just like do a puzzle and then go to the next area type of situation that we got going on over here. Fair enough. With that in mind... Hop, hop, hop. Let's do another puzzle. I wish these puzzles had names. I get that they don't have to, but it just makes it a bit easier to refer to them. Also, what is going on in this place? I get this is kind of out of the way, but it just is a bit messy. It's a bit of a messy Bessie type of area so far. There's a lot of non-solid, a lot of just weird little gaps and things. It's unusual. Alright, so we have an inverter. What are you connected to? Because you're connected to that, you're connected to that, and you're connected to... Alright, so this has got a whole thing going. There's a ladder over there, could be useful. Blue is required to pull the thing to activate another beam. This will just make it the wrong color that I want it to be. This is purple. And we've got a secret area down here leading to a secret blue wall. That's going to be relevant in a few hours from now, I think. That's my prediction. There's a tree down there. I could easily reach the tree. I just feel like that's where I came from, though, because it's down there, and the likelihood that that's not just where I came from is... Well, it is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, let's just for a second assume that's where we came from to save ourselves some time there, because, well, it is, isn't it? So can I... Like, what's going on here? What is actually going on over here? Can you not point your beam at that thing, maybe? If I do, like... Oh, that one, I guess, specifically. Is that just enough? Was this the thing pointing at the... I suppose one thing to consider is that there's puzzles in this game for the purpose of continuing the story. And there's puzzles in this game which are just there to be a difficult challenge, like puzzle number 8 in the previous area. And I assume all the puzzles that you need to do to beat the game are gonna be like that. Surely it'll become more difficult. But I shouldn't assume that at this point in the game I'm gonna have to overthink that much, and instead just probably go, oh, it's probably just this, isn't it? And oftentimes that'll probably be correct. Anyway, we have access to this, so that's good. There's, again, it feels like you could just take a thing here. There's a box here. This just stays open now. Oh, this doesn't stay open though. How bad is that, realistically? Because I just need it to be, like, red. So wouldn't it just be possible to do something along the lines of this? Make it red this way. Oh, what am I even doing? No, I need it to be blue. Oh, yeah, right. That's the whole difficulty of the puzzle. Right, the video games aspect of it all. So that's still active. But can I make this... Can I take the red beam from there? Seems pretty unlikely, I suppose. There's no way. This seems... I mean, it's not a complicated puzzle, I suppose, in that sense. But the idea that we can't get the red beam. Because I had, you know... I guess I could close this door. Yeah, I probably could actually, couldn't I? Like if I were to like take the red beam, point it at like that, and have you be like I say take the red beam. I didn't really get the red beam there, did I? Oh, is it because it's not in a box? Oh, clever. Although there's no way. Come on. Come on, you know it's possible. There's no way that is not going to reach at all. We're gonna get that box. It is my life's journey now. There's a decent chance that you can just jump up one of these walls with the box, but I want to do it like slightly nicer, I suppose. That is a problem, actually. Because can I just not put this on a weird edge somewhere? There's got... Like, with how many ups and downs you've got in this place, the idea that there isn't some kind of weird edge is wild to me. And I will not have wildness in my video game. That is not the kind of video game we're playing. Also, we can drop it here if we wanted to. That doesn't really serve a purpose, but it's just kind of nice that you can. Because I feel like you could really get yourself into weird kinds of trouble with actions like these. Occasionally I get a drop button. It just puts it there. Because if you could get on like behind this puzzle somehow, because there's just a like, weird little gap area there, which is at least a little unusual. But if you could just put it somewhere like there, you could probably just pick it up. Actually, now it's there. Yeah, let me experiment with this a bit, because I'm actually a little curious. I've decided to go for the slightly more obvious route. And just jump down with it and see where this takes us. Because this has got to be where the water... Yeah, this is where we came from, 100%. But yeah, you can just jump down and then you'll just have your cute little thing here. Which... I don't know if this is going to serve a purpose, but I'm excited to find out. I will not let you... Oh, we can actually point at something there. Yeah, there you go. It's already serving a purpose. If we so desired and we needed the beam to point at that, well, now we can. Now we got all the puzzle pieces we need for the puzzle that's gonna be in this direction. I was gonna say that I'm not gonna make you watch all the way of me just faffing around.
Locked out of parts of the system. I think I've tracked down some more schematics though. Let's see. This might do something. Or not.
But yeah, then I went in a different direction, didn't I? So instead, let's just do this and play around here for a bit. Can I solve this maybe? There you go. Very nice. Because I thought this just led to the big door that ultimately needs to be activated. But where am I? No, that's over. Oh, there's multiple directions. Oh, yeah. Very complicated. Either way. Let's go take this. If we load checkpoint, it should just go back to its original puzzle. So realistically, nothing can truly go wrong. That's good enough for me. There you go. Isn't this good? How am I even pointing it at that? That's sort of unreal that that's even possible. Because it doesn't seem like that's even accessible from the outside, but for some reason I was able to point at it from that place for some reason. Weird. Anyway. Let's just leave you here, yeah? Let's see what we actually got. We got green. We did have the weird little spinny thingy. I feel like I'm here much too early. I might not be, but it certainly does feel like it, doesn't it? Does this work? Yeah, there you go. Oh no. can't do that, obviously. We can all see why this doesn't fit. Because I have 2 puzzle pieces left, and we have to use all of them. Even though 3 pieces very clearly. But it wouldn't attach to the green part, you see, and we need to attach to the green part, otherwise the connection, you know? Yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. You get it. Alright, so now we have this. And this is good somehow. Interesting place. We need green. But to make green we need blue. So more than likely than not, you're just gonna be like here. And then we'll just find the blue somewhere. Actually, I might be able to make a blue here. I mean, this is the more obvious route, but can I not take this inverter and point it like this? Does this work? I mean, this will just block the green beam for sure. But I'm kind of just curious if we can make this work somehow. If I could have a top-down... Hang on, let me do the obvious thing here and go into a top-down view of the puzzle using photo mode. And see if we can't figure out a way. Alright, so this is what we're working with, right? We need the green beam to go that way. This is actually a very useful thing. It's a shame it doesn't have music. It's weird that photo mode doesn't have any sound effect whatsoever, actually. But, you know, we'll just enjoy the silence for a little bit. So, say we have the red beam pointing here. I don't really... Like, ultimately, this just needs to be pointing at that. I wish I had a drawing tool here. That would really make things a lot easier. Do I have anything that would resemble a drawing tool? I feel like this is mostly just settings and not so much intended to be used as a sketch pad, weirdly enough. Because I'm not really very good at thinking up these things in my head, unfortunately. So, this can point at that. Which should then... Yeah, if I just turn these 2 around, is that enough? I think so. Because then I could have this thing point at that, and then I have this thing point at that as well, and then the beam... Yeah. Alright. So, feasibly, this is doable if I just move them around, yeah? If I just do like this. And have you not point at that, maybe. There you go. The intended solution. And then also there's a connector there for some reason, but... Like, obviously, the connector would have made life a little easier wherever I put it. Actually, no, there you go. But it didn't seem super necessary, so I've elected to ignore it, and instead we're taking this route. Plus, now I have a connector that I can put somewhere in case I need to point at a beam somewhere, so it's actually very useful. Before we go to the big red laser blue laser cannon, one of the laser cannons, I'm gonna just have a little look around. Because this place is fascinating. It begs to be explored, which I guess is why we're here. It's literally the purpose why we're here. Also, yeah, we can just take this connector out of the puzzle if we so desire. We can just drop it down there, so that's nice. There's a reasonable chance I'm going to do that by accident in a second, but instead we jump down. Alright, so let's instead just point at the lever, which I assume is somewhere over here. Up there, maybe on the big pedestal. Big platform with the thing on it. Yeah.
The gate's open. 1K if you want to. Go ahead. I'll finish up scanning this.
The one thing that I'm worried about is that we missed something all the way up there. Because I started messing around with the puzzle and then jumped down, and then I didn't really explore what else was up there, so I might I'm tempted to go back up there just to make sure there isn't like some kind of mega obvious thing there. Obviously there was the box, which is vitally important to our mission. But we can maybe leave that alone. And instead just see what else we got. But, it is kind of far away. That's really the only thing that's sort of blocking me from doing that, I suppose. It's just a bit tedious to try and do that. Because I have to go all the way back up to ultimately probably realize that there isn't actually anything there beyond just a more normal way down. But I am curious. I am very curious. And I want to see. So I'm definitely just going to run up there in a second and see if there's anything. But if there's nothing, I won't be too disappointed. It'll be more or less exactly what I expect. Oh. Look at us. Look at all these puzzle pieces that we're collecting on this little voyage that we've got going on. If we need another connector and another inverter, I think we'll be good to go. I'm placing this here, so I can't forget about it, and I'll see you all the way back up there on the red bit. Alright, looking at it again, it didn't really look like there's anything that we missed. It doesn't look like there's anything really there beyond just a way to jump back down. There is a little puzzle over there, which there's like 2 paths you can take to ultimately get to that door. But I saw a different thing which has piqued my interest, and it might ruin my day, but if it doesn't, that'll be good. What I realize is that this connector is also kind of close to the leaves area there. I'm just a bit worried that this isn't gonna work, but no, it does. So with that, we have access to 2 connectors and an inverter for whatever the next puzzle is going to bring. I think that's going to end up being pretty useful, or serve no real purpose. Either way, let's do that. That's pretty much free. Even I can solve a puzzle like that with relative ease. I kind of want to do this now, just for the purposes of just getting every one of these bridges built. I understand that it doesn't really add much of anything, but at the same time, these bridges aren't the most complicated thing to be building. Because this just leads all the way back up to the stair area where we were previously with all the things and stuff, so not really a purpose of this beyond just a nice little short path to this central bit. But you could survive without that being there, you know? It's a square piece. We haven't really seen square pieces in this game, I want to say. Have we seen square Tetronimos? I'm actually not sure. I don't really recall the ones in the dream sequence, given that it was at this point days ago. So yeah, fair enough. I don't recall a square piece until now, so might actually be our first one. How exciting. It excites me, and that's at least one person. So that's good. I don't think there's really anything over here to see. What if we drop a connector into the void? Where would it go? Would it land on those blocks down in the distance? Probably not. Our quest marker has decided we can go here and no further. That's a new one. Very nice. I haven't seen a purpose yet for this connector that the game gave us. Definitely for the purpose of taking to this place. There's some weird sounds going on here, though. It's unnerving. I don't like it. That's just strangely dark. All right, let's go up some stairs. I think we can figure this out. This puzzle of where we're meant to go. There's a big triangle over there that seems to be a hint, but that can't be right. That can't be the place where we have to go. Look at this boss battle looking place. I don't want to go there. I want to look around and see if we can go up to that tree instead, because it seems doable. Like, look at how close this is to the tree already. Now we're getting somewhere. Now this looks intentional. If I had a box, this would be a lot easier. That's like the one puzzle piece that I didn't ultimately end up taking with me, and it would have been quite useful, actually. But fortunately, there's slightly bits of raised platform here and there, which do ultimately allow you to get wherever your dreams desire. And I have big dreams, I'll tell you what. But I do think that this is definitely the way forward to wherever you need to go in the video game. God, this is basically like the box tutorial all over again. Like, you know, you could just do that though. It's sort of amazing how far you can go in this place. Just the way everything's laid out. Just geometry-wise, I think it's interesting. It's unusual for games to let you do this kind of stuff, so it's just kind of exciting to me. To just be able to actually go what seems to be available, but it's rare that you get either the controls or this kind of geometry where everything's slightly protruding in a way where you can actually jump on top of the little bits and pieces that are sticking out. Because usually, which is often the case in this game as well, but very frequently when you have bits and pieces sticking out like this in a video game, it just ends up being a wall, just a very flat wall that you can't really do anything with. And the fact that you can actually jump on the bits and pieces here, that's good enough for me. That's all I need. As you can very clearly see. That's all I need to have a surprisingly good time. Having said that, I think I'm about to get to the point where I just fall down. And getting back up again isn't so much the problem, so much as there isn't really seemingly a point. Which anyone could have guessed, admittedly. But I didn't. I was ready for this to be the regular route forward, and that big triangle there is just a big red herring. That was my very reasonable expectation of this place. Alright, so where's Shadow Link? I assume he's here. Question from Miranda. How could they not see that? How? Ah, heck, not again. My connector's definitely gone. Guaranteed.
Mother? What are you thinking about, Mother?
The Talos principle. You see, it has two applications. One is to the self. It means facing the truth even if it frightens us. Understanding that living beings are machines and we can't afford to lie to ourselves. But that's just the beginning. The second application is to the world. This one seems easier at first. It's less difficult to understand that the universe is a machine, governed by laws.
So we and the universe are the same?
No, and that's the crucial part. We are conscious. Consciousness is rare, unlikely, but it's also the foundation of everything else. Without us, there can be no meaning. Without someone to perceive it, the beauty of the universe is pointless. But that shouldn't make us arrogant. No, in fact, it means we carry a tremendous responsibility. We are the light of the cosmos. And if we go out, there will be nothing but a cold, dark machine.
Yeah. Didn't like that. Didn't like that transition. My connector is 100% gone.
The founder was here?
She could still be here. What if this is why she left, to build all this? We have to look for her.
I'm reading some pretty big energy spikes. I think we better scramble.
But she could be right here, right behind the next door. I could turn around a corner and walk right into her.
If she's really here, she'll still be here when we come back. But right now, safety needs to come first. Let's go, Byron.
You're... Damn you, but you're right. Heading back.
I mean, I'm with Byron on this one. I have a connector. What does Athena think she can do against someone this powerful? You know how many puzzles I've solved with connectors? Almost all of them. I think reasonably you could probably solve every puzzle in the game with a well-placed connector. What is that? Don't like that sound. But with... I think one well-placed connector could probably beat any boss of any game. Ever, really. It's just that in most games you don't have access to connectors. That's really the only thing blocking you from being able to do that, you know? Anyway. I'm gonna go run away now. Don't want to deal with any of this. I want to go home. Connector in hand. Maybe point at a puzzle. Probably the other connector that I left over there at one point. Surprising amount of things that you can point this thing out at times. I wish you could point at the big laser cannons though, because it is just a big laser, isn't it? Surely.
Was that really the founder?
I think so.
It was her. For years, I've wondered what happened to her, why she left, where she went, why she didn't tell me.
If the answers are here, I promise you we'll find them. We just have to be careful. Follow protocol.
Yeah, I'm basically the beacon of carefulness.
I still can't believe the founder built this place. Has she been here the whole time?
We don't know that she actually built it. All we know for sure is that she was here at some point.
Of course she built this. Who else would have the kind of vision necessary to accomplish something like this? The question is why? And why like this? Why recreate all these aspects of the simulation? What is she trying to tell us?
It does seem like it might be a test. I can't imagine any other explanation. But why is it so broken? Or does it just appear to be broken so that we have to learn how to fix it? I hate this.
Well, I know one thing for sure. Everyone in New Jerusalem is gonna go absolutely nuts.
The thing I know is that should have taken a box here. That's really the one thing I forgot about. Also, we're checking this. Rust. I got an achievement for reading 30 text. They were reading this for so long. They must have been really moved by the poem about Rust, the video game. And that's fair enough, I suppose. Maybe they just took a break. You know, sometimes I assume my character just stands around while I'm not playing as well, and they probably ask themselves, why is he just standing there for days at a time? This seems unusual. But who's to say? Very few games take into account the time one doesn't play and what the character is doing during that time, I suppose. Mostly for practical reasons. Where'd my connector go? My connector just disappeared. Did I... My connector just got unloaded from the world. Truly, Athena is more powerful than we thought. That's a shame. I wanted to take the connector with me under the helicopter. I could have seen all the cool stuff that we have going on. They've probably never even seen a town.
All right, take us back to base camp, Yakut.
Yes, sir.
I guess I don't know where connectors come from.
I'm getting some new readings. Looks like 2 of the northern sites are lighting up.
I think that may have been me. I suspect the puzzles are somehow tied to the transport system. Like we're supposed to solve them in a particular order.
Now what's north? Unfortunately my compass doesn't work while I'm in a helicopter. So we can't really get a very good glimpse of what we're going to next. From here. But we'll find out. Might just be a short episode at this rate. Short-ish.
Alright, everyone. Our main objective is getting back into the megastructure.
What?
1K, I want you on puzzles. You seem to have a knack for them. But the rest of us can't neglect our secondary objectives of studying this island and understanding this technology.
But we could just go back into the mega... Like, nothing's stopping us from just going into the megastructure right now. We could just go, you know? We could just go in that direction. I kind of forgot where the train was. That's really... Like, I thought it was down here, and then I kind of talked myself into it. It wasn't, but it very clearly is. But let's see. What do we have access to right now? 2 norths? Yeah, 2 norths. We have Desolate Island and Flooded Valley. Realistically, you could call most places that we visited so far Flooded Island, but who knows? We're going to Desolate
You
Island.
should be headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
The island has another island attached to it.
Yes, it has several, actually.
How irritating.
What?
I'm probably not gonna go through the entire Desolate Island. Ooh, it does look so nice though. I just don't have the time. Ah, this is exciting though. I do want to see more of this. This is specifically the area I wanted to go to, the cool snowy castle. And if there isn't a cool snowy castle in this place, I'm gonna be deeply disappointed. Oh, I'm just gonna go through the purple, you know, just have a little bit of a glimpse. They have certainly made sure that we're not taking any boxes with us out of here, at least. And that's smart. I'm also kind of surprised you can't just jump on the train. Ooh, this is a good slope, though. Nope, not a real slope. It's too steep. Can't stand on this. Too steep a slope. Cannot be handled. Let's just go. Let's just check upstairs just for a second, you know? Just to see what's coming up next. Well, we got puzzle number 1. Is this just a small area, actually, for once? Because that's been my main source of time waste. Oh, no, never mind. No, this gets pretty big in terms of what we're dealing with here. Obviously, that's just like death and stuff, but you're just here as well, Alcatraz. Yeah, fair enough. I'm actually just gonna stop here, I think. Where's the entrance to this place? Let me jump down. Oh my goodness. We could all save some time if you just let me jump. I'll just go this way. This is the quickest way to get back. Huh. Suppose this doesn't actually kill me, yeah. More likely than not, just to make the elevator work without it just killing you, but just sort of surprised that I'm here right now. Well, with that in mind. Just gonna... I give it 5 seconds before I just randomly fall over. But if I don't randomly fall over, we're gonna at least walk around here a little bit. I might actually walk around here a little bit in the non-puzzle. This is very much just a time-wasting episode, I'm realizing. But it's the kind of thing I like to do. Is there anything down here? No. We're just getting some of the exploration out of the way, so we don't have to look at this place in the next video, yeah? That seems reasonable. I can't jump on the rail, as you may have noticed. I am very ready to just fall through the floor at any point here, but until then, we are going to enjoy the soothing sounds of this place of surprisingly loud water. It seemed like there was something here. Oh.
About how, in the end, the sea will claim everything. I have no doubt that this is true. In the long history of the human species, entire regions have disappeared under the waves. Places like Beringia and Doggerland still echo in our cultural memories. But we shouldn't forget that life began in the sea. We are the children of the sea. And it's not through floods and ruin that the sea will claim everything, but through us.
I want to jump across these little rocks so bad, but I know that this... So far going underwater has not gone well, yeah. And this seems to be no exception. Maybe that's why they let you explore this place. Because what can you possibly do if you just touch the water and stop being? But at the same time, that's not going to stop me from having a good time. There's little islands over there, and I notice that every time I turn my camera, the world is unloading. Which I feel is another instance of you're probably not meant to be here type of communication that they've got going on. But I'm choosing to ignore it for, for the purposes of seeing what this place holds. Because it is massive again. Every single one of the places we visited so far has been absolutely humongous. But this one in particular, I don't think I'm meant to be here. As you can tell from the ever-increasing volume of the water. And who knows how much longer you can realistically run around in this place. How much of this could you actually see while playing the game, you know? Because this seems suspicious. Like, like this seems like the kind of place you could reach. A little bench here. This almost seems like you're intended to come here in some way or shape or form. I obviously want to use that, but we're just gonna at least look around the corner before we do that, because I feel like that's just gonna put me back in a place where I can't easily go back down again. And oh, I'm so curious though. It is definitely the highlight of why would they put that? Like, who else goes here? One of those areas is going to be seen by like 10 people because no one could be bothered to just walk all the way around the island like this. But I'm happy to be at least one of those people. But that also just makes me think, is there anything more to this? Surely the answer is no, but then you have stuff like that, you know? Where suddenly there's just two big towers in the place, and there's a question mark here as well. This is actually part of the world. This place is so big. Oh my god, I genuinely didn't expect this to be part of anything, but then they decided to pull one of these on you and just be like, yeah. No, actually, this is actually fully meant to be seen. There's this person again, which we saw before. Remember these numbers. It's gonna be useful one day. Let's listen to Trevor for a bit.
Now I have to talk science fiction for a bit because I love science fiction, but it drives me nuts. There's this cliche that shows up over and over, and every time someone uses it, everyone pretends it's really profound. It goes something like this. A scientist invents something good, but, oh no, it's actually really bad. You could have something that makes your life better, but no, you can't. How dare you even want it? That's hubris. That's playing God. And it's never anything that reflects the real world, right? It's never, oh no, you invented a vaccine for cervical cancer. Oh no, you invented a new class of antibiotics. Oh no, you cured malaria. How dare you? Those diseased mosquitoes are way more important than human lives. How did science fiction become so reactionary? You know, if we all thought this way, you guys wouldn't even exist. At least Alex agrees with me. She has good taste.
Oof. Like, Trevor is saying some things. You know, like maybe he just needs to watch better science fiction. But maybe, I don't know, I don't really, I guess, where does, I don't know where, what time is Alex? Is he actually current day? And I say Alex, I mean Trevor, but I suppose they're both in the same time given that they know each other. But what time, year-wise, do they live in? I mean, it could have said so in any of the texts that I definitely read, and I definitely would have remembered it had I seen that, of course. But yeah, I'm kind of curious about it, I suppose. Maybe he lives in the time where all science fiction became impossible to acquire at that point due to copyright reasons. How can we make this the most depressing video? Let's think about copyright of old things and how things just slowly and gradually disappear from the world if they aren't interacted with long enough, because it's not worth the money to keep things online forever. That's always a good subject to really get a good feeling about current day technology in the world. But perhaps we should stray away from that one. God, Trevor. To imagine I've gone through this entire island and the one thing I find is Trevor of all things. Hiding away as far away from society as possible, and still somehow I stumble along in my silly Billy journeys, and it's the one thing I can actually find in this surprisingly desolate place that on the one hand was kind of meant to be explored, and on the other hand there doesn't. It's so much nothing. They give you such a massive area to look around, and then ultimately that's all you could really do in this massive area. Occasionally there'll be just like a fan that's like, hey, maybe you should stop looking around here because obviously you've gone off too far. But you know, what if somewhere else along the line there's a little flame that you get to pick up, or a small bench that you might be able to sit on had you had a crouch button. So many possibilities in this place, and seemingly, from the look of things, not much going on here. This is yet another fan. I'm using the bench as a literal benchmark of this was the one that I saw first, and fortunately I have used the bench, because if that one had a bench as well, then I'll tell you, I would have thought I walked a full circle already, and it's obviously very important that we do see every corner of this loud seaside. I'm actually sort of surprised how loud the sea is, but I think that's just sort of a strange statement on itself. The sea is, I suppose, on the best of days, quite loud on the account that it's the sea. But if we walk a little bit away from it, then generally it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I assume that if we touch all 4 fans on the corners of this island, that's when the mega structure fully opens up. You meet Athena, you get the dog ending, and then you just fly off into space, yeah? There's many references in this game to cats, and this is the one way to get the dog ending. Really hidden away to the best of their abilities. But I got a good feeling that's where the Talos principal dog ending makes it play, because, I mean, they're being very subtle about it, but the hints are there if you're willing to look for them, you know? I forgot where even the, I guess I could have just used the railway as well as sort of a landmark, I suppose, rather than trying to use a bench next to a fan. But I'll be honest, I kind of forgot that the railway was there, you know? That's okay. You don't have to remember everything. Either way, we have yet another one of these. It might be the first one. There's no bench, nope. Maybe there's more than 4 of these fans, you see. I will not be stopped. I think, okay, that's where the rail is. So just for, yeah, you know what? It's gonna drive me nuts if I don't actually do the full circle. And this isn't really Like, obviously there's nothing here. But it's good to at least make sure that, you know, you've gone the full circle and it doesn't happen to be that, oh, you just meant to actually just turn right there instead of left and then you would have seen it immediately. But I do think the odds of that are kind of low. The elevator's right there to get onto the spaceship. So it's unlikely, I suppose, that we'll find anything. But, you know, at least now we can say with not quite certainty, I suppose. But we can say there's not that much out here, if anything. There might be something out there, but it sort of feels safe to say at this point there's not a lot out there, assuming, and that is still a bit running in my mind, that you can't either jump on top of these little islands or on the rails somehow, because I couldn't jump on the rails seemingly very easily from the left side of the rail. But did I try from like the top or anything like that? Maybe it's just a big round rail, and if we just sort of go up this rocky thing here, then we can just get on top of it like this. No. It is unfortunately round. It is, yeah, it's unfortunately round, is how I would describe this railway. Fair enough. I think with that, I'll accept that as just a big quantity of nothing. I didn't see any secret caves. Didn't see any hidden loot. Didn't see any boss battles. But the music's nice. And the vibes are there. I didn't see anything covered in rust that I could examine. But it goes so far though. And I suppose part of the reason why it does go so far is primarily for the purpose of just having a cool background as you're living your life. As you're going through the train station and you want to have something to look at while the new area loads and stuff like that, you can look around and see, oh yeah, there's this environment around this train. But I'm just sort of, you know, I feel that there is room here for one silly Easter egg. Realistically, that's all I'm asking for here. I don't know if I go into photo mode right in the middle of the climax of the song, that we like look at it from a bird's eye perspective, and it actually spells out like butts. But I'll be honest, it's kind of difficult to go into photo mode and really go far away, because you can't really move around that much in photo mode, unfortunately. Very sorry about what I did with the music there. That was probably one of the worst crimes I've committed in this whole playthrough, and I have not been particularly kind. Alright, for the purpose of... Yeah, alright, let's try that again. Yeah, why not, right? Why would this ladder work? That's incredible. Can I, like, at least, like, move a little bit? No. No, that's sort of amazing. Like, the idea is here of getting you back into the level. But the ladder ends slightly too early. Like, if I press E and I hold any button, it doesn't really do anything with that. Probably because all ladders work the same and they're sort of meant to stop you from just cheating. So... unless we can cheese our way on top of this, I don't think this is the pad we could use. Oh my god. Unless we can, like, climb up from a different height somehow. But I don't think that's possible. Am I still holding something? Am I still holding the connector? Because I'm still holding something in my right hand. I think I might be. It's a shame I can't see my hands, but whenever I'm climbing, it looks like there's something there. But only when I'm climbing the ladder. The ladder which, of course, doesn't work. Alright, we're... Oh, of all the problems I didn't anticipate, I didn't think a ladder not working. Specifically, because there's been a couple of those things which we could just reach very easily. I just didn't think that would be the case, you know? I also didn't think I would still be presumably holding a connector from a whole different area that sort of despawned. That's interesting, actually. I wonder if that's going to have consequences. And if there's some way to make that have consequences of any way. Because those kind of things have a tendency to lead to the silliest kind of bugs. If you really start exploring the brokenness of life. And I don't know if anything is like obviously broken there. Oh, are you meant to follow a whole path of things to get to this Trevor message? Oh, because there's lights and stuff leading all the way over there. I'm a little curious. But I'm more curious about the fan. I think I can just follow the lights at any other point, because that seems like the more obvious route to get to Trevor's magical sci-fi woes than it is to, well, circle around the entire island, really. So we'll probably see those lights as we progress through the land at a later stage. But I want to get on top of one of those fans and jump myself back into the level again, because I think I have an assumption what's going to happen. But I want to see it myself. I'm gonna just fast forward to the next fan because I'm bored. Alright, let's see if we can get on top of this one. Nope. Also, doesn't quite let me get on top of it using the ladder. Sort of incredible. Okay, we can at least jump on that one normally though. Look at that. And I assume this would just put you back at the start, but it doesn't. It just puts you here, just somewhere. That's vaguely engaging, at least. Just put you next to this this statue here. That's nice. We have a sphinx. Oh god. So it says cat, and then this is gonna be a nightmare. This is going to be a long journey, which I'm not doing in this video. But you know, it was certainly one of the videos of this playthrough, and that's got to count for something. So there you go. If there's no way to jump into this puzzle, then I will be very surprised. Oh. Do you think that's relevant? Hang on. I know I'm not really intending to do puzzles here, but just for fun. Oh god. Yeah, this is gonna be like a whole nonsense network of frustrating things, I feel. I feel like I just did try the way cat was written down on the wall here, but I can brute force that. We'll get to that when we get to that. I'm gonna... Where do I want to end this video? I kind of want to do it at the start of this place, but that's also pretty far away. That's definitely the path that leads to the thing. Which, yeah, does seem pretty easy to reach. There's the golden door. There's the lab. You know what? We're just gonna end it here. Just somewhere randomly on the middle of the island. Because it's a nice place. Why not? You know? Why not? Why wouldn't we? hope y'all enjoyed it. This was certainly one of the videos of this playthrough. It's shorter than the others. I just sort of expected the mega structure to not be what it was. And now instead we have this that we're gonna have to deal with. I'll figure out what I'll do. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Whatever this was, we did, legally speaking, solve some puzzles. Next time we play, we're going through this whole thing. And I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.